will have to be someone that's just willing to spend ridiculous amounts of money like Red Bull. When the guy wins, just have him abducted by, you know, like people dressed like aliens. Like if they fly a helicopter into the frickin' place.
Pick him up,
and just take him away. And everyone doesn't know what really happened, but it goes viral. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be sick. I could write that final.
He's going home.
And then skydive him, actually. Force him to skydive up there. They're like...
And then the stream goes up to the plane, just going up, and he drops out.
They just
then comes back in the arenas. The building opens up, the roof opens up, and he comes back in. Then he grabs his trophy.
Fucking throw Tage out of a helicopter after he wins a tournament. Just before they throw him out of the plane, they're like, let's see some emotion this time. Toss him out. Ah! The trophy opens up into a parachute, but he doesn't know it at the time. See? That we just solved esports.
Yeah, we did. So next event, Red Bull Battlegrounds, you know what to do.
Yeah.
Up here in the top right, left, where are we going with this? Top left, we do have, of course, Liquid Hero as the Blue Protoss player. The two-time DreamHack Winter Champion looking for his third title here. And they have his opponent up here looking for his first StarCraft 2 big title. And that is, of course, EG's Jaedong.
Hero looking to run it back. To use some of the verbiage of my brothers from different mothers. Fighting game community. Trailing 0-1 to begin, not to be intimidated. Scores a big victory in game number 2 in convincing fashion. Here in game number 3 on Whirlwind, this is either like an awesome map and we're in for a real treat, really fun game, or it's going to be... I mean, if you're a Zerg, you're feeling pretty good. It's not a super Zerg map. I don't want to make it seem like Hero feels like he has no chance, but I'd be very surprised if he pushes it into the mega late game. I feel like there should be some kind of 2-base timing.
Yeah, there very well could be here. But I'm looking at Jaedong now, and through all the games that he's played against Protoss players, through playing against all these gateway expands, he kind of understands, you know, how to play decent mind games, how to predict what his opponent's going to do, and then kind of do the best thing against it. And I think that is Jaedong there.
Yep.
He's with his Razer keyboard, he's playing there. But he's gone 3 hatcheries where I was just trying to get towards. Before spawning pool, it's the best opener against what we're seeing here from Liquid Hero. But to be honest, and I guess to be fair to Liquid Hero, he did rush out his Nexus a little bit faster than usual, which does play towards his favor a little bit here as well.
And Hero's going to get some fantastic information right now, and I'll tell you what, we're about to see a really kind of similar opening in the sense that these first 2 Stalkers are going to be super powerful. This spawning pool is just now hitting 50%. There is no gas, so Jaedong's not going for the variant where it has speed started up about when the spawning pool finishes. He's instead going very mineral heavy, which is nice, but without the creep spread between all 3 of these bases, namely the 2nd and 3rd, that means this 2-Stalker opening that I'm predicting we'll see from Hero is going to do a lot of damage.
Do you reckon it could be followed up with something quite strong if that probe was to run away and hide down the bottom right here?
Yes, that's the really cool part about it. I mean, we saw an Oracle follow-up, so there's a couple of battered queens weren't able to hold off the Oracle. It just kind of ignored him and killed 12 drones.
Look at Jaedong here, by the way, with that Overlord, looking at the gateway, looking at if there's been Chronoboost spent into it for those Stalkers, as you just mentioned, just every little bit of detail there. He's trying to extract as much as he can. He realizes something's being built, did not see it being chrono-boosted, but of course is expecting that Stalker to make its way across and already has Lings in anticipation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I know that Wolf was one of them that noticed that Jaedong came into this tournament with a haircut, and a big part of that people don't necessarily know is because his brain is so heavy that he has to keep his hair fairly light, otherwise his head will literally just topple off of his shoulders.
What are you trying to say about Liquid Hero?
Hero?
He's got long hair.
He's a really good player. He's got long hair.
All right, Zerglings pick up that zealot quite easily there. But the follow-up from behind this is the Stargate, as we have seen in all the other games before.
I think it'll be the fast 3rd Nexus. This is not a fake this time. I don't think so. And this is like the greediest of greedy builds. But if you scout 3 hatch before pool, you're not anticipating running into a lot of speedlings. So just a simple Mothership Core or something like that can really hold it off. But I guess I'm wrong because this probe's got aspirations elsewhere. Oh, that's Stalker. Oh, that's Stalker.
Nice pick-off. Imagine if you turned around and got the other one as well. But Jaedong has seen that probe and Mothership Core around there as well, so he has thrown down the Roach one immediately, just to make sure that he doesn't die to any form of gateway attacks, which could come from this. But as you described, you picked up the build quite nicely here. It is going to be that 3rd Nexus, as I think there is a probe on location ready to build that very shortly here.
Yeah, Hero's jostling some ideas here, though, I'll tell you. He's got 2 more gateways completing the wall-in. It is Oracle again. And that Oracle has the potential, again, to just kind of ignore queens at a mineral line, just throw down and destroy 12 drones. It's such a nice ability for the Protoss to say that. And unless there's a Spore Crawler or at least 2 queens at each hatchery, that is what will happen. And we can see that's not the case here.
Do you think that Hero taunting his opponent with these units, so small, such a little investment, and keeping the drone count low, has he kept it low enough down? Has he really pressured Jaedong to make this fast third Nexus, really power him through to the next stage? Is the drone count that low? I mean, 52 right now.
Well, it's about to get lower. Here it goes. That Oracle goes in there. It will target the queen first. Jaedong's going to want to run those drones, which is actually interesting because if you target the queen, yes, you get the queen, but then you do not get the drones. And I feel like the better exchange is to ignore the queen and kill the 12 drones. And you might say to yourself, well, if the drones run like that, you're not going to get 12. Certainly that is true. But I still feel like you get 5 or 6, and then perhaps you get the Oracle to save itself as well.
Well, one thing that we talked about before this series kicked off was information gathering for Jaedong. The more he gets, the better he's going to set up himself to be able to pick up victories here.
Yeah.
But I'm quite sure throughout this game, he hasn't really seen that much. Has he seen the third Nexus? I don't think so. I'm not too sure he knows exactly what's going on here. So he is playing relatively blind, whether he's building units or if he's teching up now. And I think that's a bit of a problem for him here, because ideally you'd want to be getting ready to zip across the map to slow this down to kill it. But it's Hero that's controlling this with the Oracle. He's got a pylon down south. He's got Zealots where he could potentially counterattack towards that third. And I think Hero's played this out really well. Very intelligently, I'd like to say.
He's being very aggressive. It's really interesting. He's going up to 3 Stargates, so he's going to go for that tech we've seen just really confound Jaedong over the year. Well, not, I guess just the year, yeah. He doesn't seem to really have the mentality to handle this tech. And we're going to see a lot of those Void Rays. It's 8 Hydralisks coming out. That's fine and good, but it's really like the 4th and 5th base, maybe a Nidus Swarm for Queens, followed up with Infestors, your own Spire, that kind of stuff that really determines whether or not the Zerg's good or not about handling that Stargate tech.
I really think Hero's played one of the best games here that he's played so far in this tournament. Even though it looks so simple on basis, the threat, the pressure with minimal units, falling back on a third base, denying scouting, killing queens, just all these small things. And I think he may have bought himself enough time to defend this third base. But that's what we're actually going to have to find out now, because Jaedong's seen it, he knows it's there. But does Hero have enough to defend it is the big question. And with these double Stargates already finished up, I have a feeling he might be able to defend this easily.
Well, yeah, it's looking to be. I mean, again, I always look at this and kind of doubt it, but then Void Rays build kind of freaking fast, and by the time you get there, there's like another 2, maybe 4, especially if you take your time. And it only takes a good 7 or 8 Void Rays to become nigh invincible against the Hydralisk, as long as there's force fields kind of severing the large pack from the smaller. And once you chew down those Hydralisks, they become much more manageable. And again, Jaedong, no 4th behind this. He is going Infestation Pit, but trying to make Infestors and Hydralisks a reality in any kind of meaningful number is a hard task to do off just 3 base economy.
And that pylon down in the bottom right is going to cause Jaedong a problem. If he keeps waypointing over there to try to be aggressive, this pylon could actually really do damage towards his third. That's something to keep in mind. But we do have Jaedong moving over now.
This is amazing. This timing's really weird. Hero's going for a recall attack with the Void Rays, maybe target down the lair or what have you. But as this is happening, Jaedong just happens to be here. He's going to have to recall back. The Mush, of course, trying to get up there. He will recall back. But Jaedong unknowingly just spared himself a lost main base.
Yeah, that was, I guess, perfect timing there without really knowing about it for Jaedong, as you described. But here the Void Rays starting to do a lot of damage to these units, and they are doing damage.
No. And now even some Phoenix coming out. I think that could be a scouting Phoenix. I'm not sure, but he does not see anything for no reason to make a
Well, of course,
Phoenix.
he's always got to be scared of Jaedong's potential Muto switch at any time. It's one of Jaedong's biggest strengths. And Hero, throughout the last 5 minutes, has got no information himself. But these Hydralisks, with a force field on the ramp 1 and 2, he's going to get 4 of them. Nice pick off there by Liquid
really
Hero.
Nice force field from
and
Hero.
he gets the 4th as well.
Yeah, well, that's the first. The other one's about to complete. And we do see Hive is about to finish up for Jaedong. So it's going to be, I mean, I guess it's for Vipers, which is nice. You go ahead and abduct those Void Rays into your Hydralisk Flaw. He's going to have 6 Infestors with Pathogen Glands. Again, that's the start. But what really worries me, Apollo, is he's only on 3 base economy. So his actual army size, I mean, he's now equal in supply with Hero, and it's not looking to get much better than
Jaedong has 29 drones on his main base. That's actually quite a lot here. He's got a lot of drones, but on 3 bases. Maybe a few too many. Hero really is scared about this
blind
switch.
Phoenix.
Yeah, he's really thinking Mulus right now. He's building
Dude.
cannons to defend this natural area. He's getting ready for a Jaedong switch, but that's not the case, as we can
No.
see. Do you think that building these Phoenixes is going to hurt him, or can they still lift up, Infestors
exactly.
and Hydras?
Hero's going to make use of him, but let's not spare him the mistake. I mean, honestly, if these 5 or 6 Phoenix are just 4 or 5 more Void Rays, he's in better shape. He prefers that. So it's really weird. I mean, it's not weird. I know what he's thinking. He's thinking nothing's really coming out from Jaedong.
Yeah.
There must be 20 Mutalisk out there. Like, that's what has to be happening. And that Templar Archives is going to save him, by the way, because what it is actually Vipers. Looks like this 4th base could... Oh, actually, though, he needs to focus down the Mothership Core.
Oh, is he going to get out with how many?
He abandons one of them.
Nice move there by Hero. Does pick off Jaedong's 4th base yet again. And now Storm is being researched, and Hero really is stepping up his game.
Canceled the Phoenix. He now knows. He's like, oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, they're all Infestors. Okay, that's where the gas is.
Yeah, but, I mean, I would just get out on the map with these Phoenix right away. They're so... Yeah, they'll pick up Infestors. They'll pick up Hydras. Like, there is a purpose to them, but I don't know.
So, I mean, this has been a very technical game. Very technical, actually, by both sides. What does Jaedong need to do, if we're looking at Jaedong here, to really get back in the running for this game? He's at 200 supply, so he's not really out of it, but his composition does feel a bit soft against what we do see from Liquid Hero.
He can't be attacking here. I mean, I know he's max. He should get rid of these Lings, but I feel like this fight is so dangerous for him. Here come the Phoenix. They're going to try to fly over the... Void Ray is doing so much damage, and yes, the Infestors are holding the Phoenix in place, but the damage is being done. Look at that army and how it's being retained by Hero. A good trade, though. Well, actually, Jaedong's... Never mind. He's just kind of trickling in too much stuff. I miscalled this.
Look at that, 165 supply to 110.
I was wrong.
Jaedong
This is a
pushes
fantastic
through
trade.
here.
He's got the Infestors intact behind this. I think it's only like... No, it's... Yeah.
He was just missing Storm there, really, wasn't he? If he had that Storm upgrade, it would have been a completely different story, but it looks like Hero has been broken here.
He just
Very surprisingly, and I'm sure Hero's thinking, what the hell is going on? How did this happen?
Well, he would have liked it if I was right. He's like, yeah, you're right. This is not going great at all. No, Jaedong's crapped in on the 3rd. He's losing his 5th base behind this, but take the 5th base. He's got a 4th base.
Yeah.
Spire has finished. That's an invincible base. I mean, the big deal here is, as you said, without Storm, those Templar died. That was super expensive. The Void Ray count, it's at a fresh 3. 3 is no big deal at all. Void Rays are the snowball units. You need that 7, 8, 9, 10 count to really take on Hydros. With just 3 in a depleting main and natural, it's not looking good for Hero.
I mean, to defend what happened there with that fight, I mean, did Jaedong really know he was going to hit right before Storm was ready? I mean, given 20 more seconds, I think that would have been a completely different fight there. And I think Jaedong, even to a certain extent, as you said, was trying to trade off some of these useless units which weren't going to be as helpful throughout the game. And I think he kind of got a little bit lucky with that attack because Hero was seconds away.
It looked weird. The Phoenix picked up all the Infestors, but none of them were shooting the Infestors because they all picked up Infestors. So for a minute there was no Fungals coming down. I was looking at the front lines. Void Rays were killing like Ling Roach, which was deceiving because that wasn't the meaningful thing. And then when the Fungals came down and held the Void Rays in place, we all know they're glass cannons. They don't have the ability to withstand punishment. And certainly that was on display there. And this is lights out.
This is the end of Hero as he moves out with minimal units. And Jaedong is